Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. We are rejoining a long-awaited mission. This is the Clarkson Alpha with the little hamster tucked in there, and it has made its SOI change to Uranus. There it is, way down there. That little ironically pale blue dot of gas. That we're really, the mission was to do a flyby, which, we should probably radio in. Yeah, 2.77 hours signal delay, way out here. Yeah, that's to be expected. I do want to take a look at the map view while we have a second here. I mean, we got lots and lots of time. I did plot a node. Well, has computers to catch up with me to capture into orbit. We're still about 11 days out from that. That's 3.598 meters per second, which we don't have. Oh, and that's not even to capture. Wow. Awesome. Let's go ahead and kill that node and bring up our periapsis. I do want to bring that a little lower. I think 2.7 million is probably a bit high. I did not check what the actual atmospheric height here is, but we're going to try to bring it down just a bit. That node will tell me which way to go. I'll just do it by this stuff over here. Here's the problem. We tucked our atmospheric drop probe in between this and our main spacecraft, and the mission was to kind of jettison this thing as we flew past, but the problem with that is this is our dish that will communicate with Earth, and by the time this hits Atmo and can do its thing, this will probably be long out of range of this stuff here. And we won't be able to utilize any of this fuel to break possibly into an orbit, which I think we can actually manage if we play our cards right. It does, however, mean sacrificing the atmospheric mission, which sucks. But I think we have more to gain by putting something in orbit than just doing a single flyby over what's possibly going to be a single biome. Ooh, wow, we brought that way down. 1.5 million already. Should we back that off, maybe? Just a bit. Yeah, I'll take it up 1.8, 1.9. Let's see what map view looks like with that. 1.9. I can only assume that means, I don't know, we're not going to hit it. I mean, we might, it's a gas giant, so I guess hitting the atmosphere is like hitting most of it anyway. And this is KSPD's blank on everything. That would have been a cool feature. I'm totally too lazy to bounce back to the... Oh, come on. Really? That's what we're going to do today? Alright. We're just going to run with this then. I'm going to time warp us in. We're going to radio in our first batch of sciencey bits, and then we're going to start setting up our flight computer to radio in all the goodies, and of course jettison all the things and stuff. We should probably be facing inward towards the planet, so it's going to be... Oh, there's Saturn, so that's in the wrong way. There she is. Way down there. 9 years on mission, this little guy. Yeah, still 11 days out from our periapsis, so I do want to get us in quite a bit closer. We'll take a quick save also. Before we start setting up flight computer, the closer in I can get, the more likely I am to be somewhat accurate. But let's get our first batch of science here. We can move flight computer over here, someplace where it won't get in the way of stuff. We've still got 30 seconds. Man, you brought us out of warp way too early. Well, you know, while we're here, we might as well transfer some fuels around. 2 seconds. There we go. Oh, 78. Wow, we got all kinds of neat stuff here. And yeah, deploying RPS antenna, that was a mistake because it's clipping through the tank. Let's hope that doesn't cause a problem. Alright, radio plasma, while high, 117 science. I should bring this window up. Move flight computer down again, make sure we're actually getting what we need to be getting here. Yes. Magnetometer, 65. Bingo. Orbital telescope, 78. Nice. 58 for telemetry analysis. Okay. 78 for pressure scan. It says 78. I didn't see it. Let's try again. 65 science. There we go. Okay, we're still adding. 78 science. Yes. Geiger counter, 78 science. Temp scan, 78 science. Biosample, only 32, but we got a couple more of these, so we'll go ahead and run this one. Transmit. Alright, reset. Reset. Telemetry analysis. I think we got that one already, but yeah, okay. Oh, we got redundancies on the equipment that's on the orbiter section, or the flyby section, versus the micrometeorite. Got that. Atmo pressure, we got that. Gravity scan, probably got that. Okay, that's all of them. Let's drain this other fuel tank. Out. Out. Perfect. All three of you can go away. Light computer can go back up. Alright, let's... That was rather productive. Alright, we're going to time warp until we're about a day or so out, and then set up our flight computer stuff to do all the cool things. We can just watch this get larger and larger here out the window. Wow. Alright. So our time to periapsis 1.9 is 13 hours 34 minutes. I wonder what our runtime on our engines is going to be. That would be some worthwhile information to have up front, I suppose. 2,000 meters per second. Not bad. Let's plot a node and see what it is that we need to have in order to make this thing actually happen. That was a bit over our goal, but it looks like 3.88 meters per second, so 1,800. Well, let's just take this way out. Okay, so about 3.5 or so is going to get us capture, maybe. Man, so if we can have 1,500 meters per second in just our orbiter, which we might have, believe it or not. I mean, it might be shooting for the moon, but it could be there. It really, really could. Okay, no, flight computer. We're going to try to time that to go right at periapsis. So 13 hours, 33 minutes mark. And exactly at that point, you will, well, we can, let's let it get down. 10, 9, 8, 4, 3, 2, 1, decouple, and run primary radio in. We'll give that a couple of minutes because we should have clear signal, I hope. We'll radio it in again. Oh, I guess that's just going to do the countdown once we get there. Man, I really, 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 really hope. All right, and let's jump forward about a few more minutes. Primary radio in, because we're probably going to cover a biome or two. I hope, so we can just kind of spam this, maybe? I'd rather get way too much science than way not enough. Just because, you know, 3 hours of signal delay will do that. Alright. Whew. Here we go. This is, for all the monies. I hope we can capture. Alright, so... 4 minutes, 32 seconds. At about the 5-minute mark, we're going to fire our engines. Let's go ahead and scrub this signal delay. Make sure I don't screw any of that stuff up. And just to make sure that everything goes kind of well, I'm going to send another decouple command to this thing a couple of, I don't know, when we're about 2 hours, 45 minutes away, maybe 50, just in case the signal doesn't work on the decouple command. I should have sent it twice. I really hate doing this stuff. Whoa, 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 whoa. What? Oh, come on, you didn't queue up in this thing? Set. Yeah, I think all of these are going to be blanked out. Seriously? Oh, let's switch that to action group 7, primary radio in. God, now we have to do this all over again. 8 hours, 19 minutes, mark. Toggle. And we'll just fast forward about 30 some odd seconds. Toggle. 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 Alright. Hopefully that'll cover a good range of things. Toggle. Oh boy, I may have screwed this up. Alright, signal delay for 3 hours, 10 mic. That should be behind our previous decouple command, but just in case. Decouple. Decouple. Okay, I think we're all set. Let's go ahead and get this done. Wow, that's amazing. Our insignificant little spacecraft. Close alarm. We are about 7 minutes out. Should probably get ourselves oriented. Alright, and at the 5-minute mark, we're going to light these engines. Ullage. Ignition. Good light on the AJ-10. And wow, now we just let it run. Not a particularly long burn, but I was just kind of taken back by how absolutely pretty this is. Runtime was like what, 5 minutes or so, but we will start prepping the Clarkson Alpha by getting its fuel unlocked. We do have a reaction wheel there on the bottom, although it isn't really going to do us a whole lot of good. It just doesn't even have the torque to move around even a spacecraft quite this light. The planet's off there in the distance, which will soon be falling below the horizon here. One of them is Earth, so we do have a direct link now, although, yeah, 2.7 some odd hour delay time for our signal, which is super awesome, but to be expected. God, I fear the signal delay when Tombaw's ambassador gets to Pluto. That's going to be absolutely fantastic, a thing to try to plot out. I don't think we're going to be able to hit orbit there, but then again, at this point, I'm really not sure we're going to be able to hit orbit here either. But we're coming up on Miko and a bunch of stage stuff, so I will turn you over to old me. Alright, 5.5 seconds until we get our radio in. Come on, quickly. There we go. Alright. Oh, biological sample. Oh, there's our engine cutoff. Radio plasma wave, magnetometer, and no connection. Great. Yeah, I guess we should just start keeping these. Fill the throttle first. Make sure we're not just wasting RCS fuel. Stage sep. There we go. Oh, what? Okay. A little extra nudge from separating the heat shield from the hamster there is what got us clear. Now we can throttle back up and see if we have 1.539, roughly 1.4 kilometers per second left in this tiny thing. If we have any hope of achieving orbit. And goodbye, little fella. Transfer stage plus the hamster. They will just drift off into space forever with no fuel and no active comms. Dang, that would have been smart. Alright, there's another radio in that we... Whoa! What the... Oh, what? Where the... Okay, that's some Twilight Zone stuff. Let's reset that. Everything else is just kind of holding on to data until we get a signal again. And... Whoa, come on. Okay. Uranus is weird. It's just... Oh, alright, well, every episode a new bug to find. Then disappears. Will it come back? There it is! Whoosh. Alright, well, it's getting further away, so that's good. We're not gonna... Okay, an explosion? Something there didn't go well. Looks like it's missing a tank. Is the hamster still stuck in there, or is that what... Nope, there it goes. And... Okay. So is it just a transfer stage that is replicating itself into infinity? Okay, also getting further away. That's cool. Very interesting. What the hell would cause that? I wonder if every time it comes back, if its course is being altered? Or if now there's like 30 of them drifting around out here somewhere? Well, the hamster didn't come back, so... There it goes again. Alright. Fuel level check. Okay, we haven't started pulling anything from the main tank. These, barely anything, and that, none at all. Hey, there's that tank. How is it just... And there goes that again. It's replicating without the tank now. At least there's some consistency here in this weird dimensional rift we've encountered. Yeah, we can just kind of see it pop into existence, fly past. Is it going to come back? There we go. So I guess it'll stop happening when the point at which it pops into existence is beyond render range? Again, are there going to be one of them or many, 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 many of them? That is... wow. I don't even know how to... okay. Well, no connection, so I guess we're just killing time to come around the other side of the planet and radio in some of these goodies we've collected. Tank is still just hanging out there. And hopefully we'll be able to hit orbit. I mean, we don't have Delta V stats, so it's a complete shot in the dark at this point. Well, now that we're clear of the Phantom transfer stage, our first ghost ship encounter of this install, and just trying to make orbit, we can kind of just appreciate the scenery. I just left it throttled up to full and zeroed in on retrograde and then walked off and did something else. The part that has me absolutely mystified is that tank, which you can't really see now because of the action group menu there in the top right, is just kind of sitting there like it's actually matching our speed, or our acceleration, I should say, or deceleration, I guess is more accurate in this point. It's just hanging out there, waiting to cause problems. And so I'm wondering if it's listed as debris or if it's even there or what kind of glitchiness it's going to cause trying to do stuff. But since we don't have comms with Earth, any of these radio in commands that we've got queued up here are particularly useless. I probably was not even at the computer at this point, but rather off doing something else because this got kind of boring. Well, now I was definitely back and upped the physics acceleration just to try to speed this along. And notice the node sliding very much away from our retrograde vector. That's going to become very, very inaccurate sometime here pretty soon. We'll actually start moving in the other direction at some point, but really my gut instinct and also my laziness said just keep burning retro. It's not even going to give us telemetry for what's going to happen when we leave Uranus's SOI, if we should leave Uranus's SOI. So I don't know, the hopes of, oh, maybe we'll get a random flyby encounter by any random anything else would be cool. Every now and again I did have to come back and pop out of time warp just to keep the thrusters from working against each other, trying to stay on the retrograde node as per the flight computer, the stock one anyway. We've depleted our 4 little gold ball tanks and we are now operating on the core main tank, which has like 250 liters of fuel, which is quite a lot. That's our biggest tank, and I was trying to gauge the rate of fuel consumption versus the change of delta V, and I don't know, just kind of working the figures over in my head, not really knowing what kind of speed would be capture velocity, currently moving at about 18 kilometers per second. And there's our random tank friend, just hanging out, actually getting closer to us. So I don't know what forces are acting on that, but at some point it looks like it might be a collision hazard. The map is still tracking 2 objects, our transfer stage with its Agena core and the hamster, which has 2 the Ranger Block 3 cores. And so yeah, it's just hanging out there somewhere. We are losing battery charge, so I'm hoping that we can finish this burnout soon to soon-ish and put this back into a hibernate mode, at least until we can get around where we have an angle at Earth and can start transmitting in all the cool things we've got. I want to know how much science we can net from our very low pass over Uranus, and maybe even get a couple more biomes in on this. But anyway, here's old me. Oh boy, that tank is making me a little nervous. Sometimes it looks like it's moving, but I think we're gonna be clear. Yeah, man, the garbage collection thing is getting a little excessive. I wonder if it actually got rid of that transfer stage by now. Okay, back to the physics warp. It says we got 660. Is that climbing? Yeah, it's climbing. Oh, come on, thrusters. Stop fighting each other. There you go. See? It's real easy. You're a well-balanced spacecraft. At least you should be. No reason for you to fight with yourself. Yeah, 670 meters per second in climbing. Orbital speed is dropping at about 2 meters per second We're down to 16 kilometers per second total speed, but of course we are on our way back up, so we'll have natural gravity losses to that too. What is propelling this tank that is following us is a little beyond me, though. Just hanging out. Accelerating at a little less than 2 meters per second Very little less. Here in 4 times physics warp, we're passing it slowly. And the infighting begins. I don't even know if I can be bothered at this point. This kind of reminds me of my old 91 Honda Civic and trying to pass someone on the highway. Helps when you're not trying to fight against yourself. Really? Maybe this isn't a very well balanced spacecraft after all, and as the more fuel we put out the back here, the more apparent that imbalance becomes? That could be it. Alright. About 15.5 kilometers per second total speed. Wasting fuel left and right. Garbage collection. Alright. Can we... yeah, telemetry doesn't... whoa, are we captured? I think we captured. Oh yeah, let's bring this down. Way, way down. I mean, might as well. Kill it there. It looks like we're already very suborbital on our periapsis, 761 kilometers. So in 294 days, we're going to come out here and make an adjustment to make sure that we don't pile through the gas giant on a side that we don't have comms and can't do anything with anyway. So 31.7 meters per second, we should have that. We had like, what, 30 some odd liters of fuel left? Which ironically is about the amount that we stole from the hamster before jettisoning it. So it looks like we had just enough to make this viable. And now that tank can hang out with us this whole time. Maybe by the time we make our adjustment, it won't be following us. Holy crap, we made orbit. Whoa. This is awesome. Alright, and there's comms. Alright, well, I'm going to radio all this stuff in on my own. I've kept you here entirely long enough. So thank you for hanging out, everybody. I really do appreciate it. And I will see all of you in the next one. So until then, see you later.